Daines was recommended to Selhurst in 2007. Since that time she's proved an excellent tutor, working on a variety of different programmes at all different academic levels, including leading our teaching out in the east of England, in Gibraltar, and leading our dissertation module for our students in London. Kay actually did a very similar presentation at the CIPD's Lead HRM conference in Manchester, which was last November, and came back by popular request to put an HRD slant on it. The topic was networking as a key skill for the HRD professional, one that Kay is very well versed in as a long-standing HRD professional and an excellent networker.
It's about networking, and I just wanted to talk to you about networking because it's something that I've really grown into over the years. Just a little bit of context then to start with. I know when I first started in one of my very early jobs, my then head of organisation said to me, to be successful, Kay, you need to get out. You need to get out of the organisation as much as you can. And in that respect, you need to spend probably at least 50% of your time outside of the organisation networking. Networking tends to be something which I'm not always ever so comfortable in doing and not terribly focused. So the key aspects of networking that I'm going to focus on today are looking at goals and also to think about what is network in terms of the predated probably focus around sales agenda, whereas today much more focused about the relationship and the ongoing relationship. It's not a case of rushing in there and finding value immediately, but it's actually being patient as we develop that relationship. And for me, it's moved away from this initial concept of the sales call. The sales call being, what can I do for you? What can I sell you? And I basically focus very much on a very short-term relationship where I am the winner in that, to much more of a relational approach whereby we go from just looking at people as customers, stakeholders, to becoming more business friends, so securing that longer-term relationship. It's about achieving good relationships with people and having the ability to sustain those relationships as we increase the network and increase the people who perhaps will be able to help us out, but also, importantly, who we will be able to help out in the future. Now, we all have existing networks, so even those people that say to me, okay, I could never network, I just don't enjoy it, I'm really uncomfortable, I like to talk really just to people that I know, and I mean, that's okay. We've all got existing networks. We've got friends, we've got our casual acquaintances, people living next door to us, or above us, or below us, any clubs and societies that we are a member of, for example. So we've got lots of people actually available to us. But how many people actually know what we do in terms of our day-to-day roles? And sometimes we're quite shy, and I think sometimes we just need to be a little bit braver about explaining things. What do we do? What do we enjoy about it? Not so much about the selling, but just the conversing. And the more people we tell about what we do, the more people who will be able to advise us who else might be interested in what we're doing. And of course, if we only network with the people that we know, we will keep our success limited to that range of people. So what we really need to think about is new networks as well. So looking at conferences, seminars, lectures, forums, wherever. And today's a great example of an opportunity to talk to new people. And this is what it's about, talking to new people. And it doesn't have to be formalised in terms of the formalised breakfast meetings, lunch meetings, etc. It can be through social events, more social events, but critically it comes back to the degree of people to which we talk about what we're actually doing. Now, formal networking tends to be much more pre-planned. So we're thinking about what sort of events to attend, and the sorts of agenda that we might have. And importantly, just consider what our objectives of attending a formal networking event might be. So thinking about who we are, what do we do, and what are we seeking from this event? Because this is an investment of time, so it needs to be planned time. But of course, a lot of what we do, a lot of networking happens very informally, and it may be through just general chit-chat, and not necessarily with the person, ultimately, that might benefit us in the longer term. There are going to be many supporters out there. It's just about sharing general ideas. So informal networking tends to be really, really useful. But again, you do need to have this preparation in mind for no matter when we might need it. So the way in which I tend to think about getting started with networking is to divide the stages into three key elements: preparation, implementation, and follow-up. So preparation, let's think about what are your objectives for attending a meeting? Who do we want to meet? What sort of people do we want to be able to meet within the formal or informal sessions that we're going to be attending? And who needs to know about you? We can think about how we should dress and how we're going to introduce ourselves, whether or not we've got enough business cards to hand out. All of these things we can do before the event are really, really, really useful. So thinking about who we want to meet, where we want to meet them, and what we're going to say. So think about how you're going to mingle. How are you going to move from person to person? Now there is an argument that if somebody's not useful to you, you move on. However, I think actually telling people about what we do and investing time is never a complete waste of time, because you never know who else somebody might know. So how are we going to build rapport? Think about general body language of smiling, your eye contact, being interested in other people. So making sure that we actually are operating the conversation. And don't you find sometimes, the art of conversation seems to be a little bit delayed, I think, in some people. Actually just asking open questions, being interested, really, really important. And following up, essential in actually securing long-term relationships, and this is what you can actually establish within that networking session. How should I follow up with you? It's been really great to talk to you today. Can I send you an email? Are you on LinkedIn? Any social networking sites? What's the best way for me to keep in touch with you? If you agree what the rules of follow-up are within that initial meeting, you can avoid being annoying. It's me again. Really good job, networking. So think about the networking process. It tends to be formulated in terms of your initial introduction within the implementation stage, and then how you're actually building rapport with people. So again, this is focused around that 60-second strap line and learning about what other people do as well. If we have a good network, it can help us in a number of different circumstances. So think about whatever business you're in. I know a lot of my family and friends are self-employed, they have their own businesses, and certainly what we've found is that by having affiliated connections, we can support each other in affiliated industries, supporting customers, and additionally extending services that we're offering. So Milgren's experiment of future research led to what's now called small world theory, which basically suggests that we are all 6 steps removed, or we've got 6 degrees of separation between us and anybody else within the world. Obviously this isn't a key to everyone, but generally if we can use this as an enthusiasm generator for us to engage more in networking and to achieve success, and hopefully this is going to help.